fluorescent and LED lighting in facilities maintenance. Basically what you'll find in facilities maintenance, or even in your own home, are linear LED or fluorescent tubes, like you see on the upper right hand portion of the screen, from T12s to T8s to T5s. You'll notice some are bipin, some are single pin, and basically the larger the number, the larger the diameter of the tube. Sometimes you'll find U-tubes, sometimes you'll find circular LED and fluorescent tubes, or these quad pin plug-in style bulbs you see in the lower left hand corner, or more traditional CFLs as you see in the bottom right hand portion of the screen. Wanted to briefly go over the difference between Kelvins and lumens. Kelvins is basically the temperature range, or the color temperature range fluorescents and LEDs are rated in. So for example, 5,000 Kelvin you'll see is cool white. That might be in an office environment or shop environment, whereas in a home environment you might want a warmer Kelvin rating down in the 3,000 range. Lumens is a rating of how much light output the bulb can produce. So for example, if we look at the first column, to produce 220 lumens, an LED only needs to consume 4 watts, whereas a CFL, a compact fluorescent, would need to consume 6 watts, a standard incandescent bulb 25 watts. So you get the idea. The brighter the light output, or the greater the light output, the more wattage that bulb needs to consume. And of course, when you get on the far right hand side of that chart, you see that metal halide and high pressure sodium lamps. You're looking at 400 watts to 1,000 watts to produce anywhere from 16,000 to 40,000 lumens. This is what a traditional fluorescent ballast looks like. Some of the old ones might still have drivers. Many of the LEDs also require a driver that looks very similar to a fluorescent ballast. Some new LEDs can even operate on a fluorescent ballast. It's very important that you read the label on your ballast when you need to replace a ballast. It's not one size fits all. There's a lot of information on this sticker, but basically it's showing you this one, for example, is for a T12, and it's a dual voltage, 120 volts, 277 volts AC, and it's for an 8-foot fixture. So not a 4-footer, not a 2-footer, and it's designed to power 2 lamps, and it's rapid start. So you have rapid start ballasts, and you have instant start ballasts. So you want to make sure you get the proper ballast. So read the label on your old ballast that you're trying to replace. Same thing with your LED and fluorescent tubes. You want to make sure they're compatible with the ballast that you have. Otherwise they won't work at all, or they won't work correctly. Now, the tombstones, or lamp holders, here's an example of what they look like. They make shunted and non-shunted. On the left is the shunted style tombstone, which basically means the contacts are connected either internally, or sometimes you'll see a little jumper wire between the ports. Non-shunted means the contacts are not connected, they're separated. And that's important because, for example, if you're going to retrofit a linear fluorescent light fixture to take LED tubes, some of those require non-shunted, some require shunted tombstones. So you need to know what kind of tombstones you have. And here's why that's important. Because, for example, if you have a direct wired LED tube that requires no ballast, no driver, it needs to be directly wired to the line voltage coming into the fixture. So you can see There's a couple different variations. Some of them have the line voltage as well as your neutral all on one side, and the other side has no electrical connections. It just goes into a dummy lamp holder. On the bottom right of the screen, some configurations you'll see, line voltage goes in one side, your neutral wires connect to the other tombstones on the other side. The left-hand portion, the graphic you see, shows how one pin will be neutral, one pin will be where you land your line voltage coming in, your hot. And again, this is an example of an LED T8 where only a single end has your hot and your neutral. The other end would be your dummy lamp holder. Per NEC 410.73, anytime you replace a ballast in an industrial setting, they want us to install these disconnecting means. Basically, it's like a quick connector, electrical connector, that you always want to turn the power off whenever you want to change a ballast out or retrofit a light fixture. But the NEC still would like to have us install these quick disconnect fittings up in the light fixture itself. So just be aware of that. There are certain circumstances where that's not required, but for the most part, it's good practice, and you'd rather be safe than sorry. Even if it's not required, it makes it a lot safer for the technician working on that light fixture to have these installed in the light fixture. Anyways, that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment below for future video topics you'd like me to cover. Have a great day.